Alright, so today we are learning our last new method for solving quadratic equations, which is using the quadratic formula. And of course that is x equals negative b plus or minus, that's where we get our two solutions from, the square root of b squared minus 4ac, 4 times a times c, and then that whole big thing divided by 2a. Now, the quadratic formula, the a, b, and c actually come from our standard quadratic form, which is a x squared plus b x plus c equals 0. That's our a, b, and c, where a is the coefficient of x squared, b is the coefficient of x, and c is a constant. So we should just have numbers for all of these things. So let's go ahead and take a look at this first example. You'll notice that's not in standard quadratic form. It doesn't have a 0 on the right side of the equals. So I need to put it in standard quadratic form before I do anything. So for that, I would want to add 3 to both sides. And the 3 on the right hand side, well, the negative 3 and the 3 will add up to 0. And then there's no like terms I can combine on the left hand side, so I just want to go ahead and put it back in standard form. So I want the highest coefficient, the highest exponent term to go first. So I have x squared plus 4x plus 3 equals 0. And here's what I want you to do. It's what I do when I solve these, and it's what I want you to do. Section off a little area in your working space so you can identify what A is, what B is, and what C is. A is the coefficient of x squared, and it looks like there's nothing there, but remember there's always an understood 1 at least in front of every variable. So the coefficient of x squared is 1. So a is equal to 1. B is the coefficient of x, and that's 4. So b is equal to 4. And c is the constant, which is a nice little easy thing to remember, c for constant, and that is equal to 3. And 1, 4, 3, isn't that adorable? So now what I want you to do is go through all the problems, at least on the first side of this page, make sure everything's in standard form, and identify your A, B, and C. That way, once you actually learn to use these in the quadratic formula, it'll be much, much easier.